This letter, transcribed on November 16th, 1941, by a man named Fred, was written to his dearest darling, which we later learned is Evelyn Birkby. This letter was written on Hotel San Diego stationery. During this time, San Diego was referred to as a boom town. It was the Navy's largest air base and was an ever-growing town during this time. Fred was stationed nearby at Camp Killan, about 20 minutes from Hotel San Diego. I found this particularly compelling because I am from San Diego. A big portion of the letter was dedicated to Fred convincing Evelyn to write him. He tried many tactics, and most of the letter, to try to persuade her to write him. He even includes his address towards the end of the letter. By doing this, she has no reason not to write him, and should do so as soon as possible. He says she can just address the letter to Camp Killan, California, and it should get to him. Camp Killan, as referred to in the letter, is where Fred is stationed. Camp Killan is in La Jolla, California, and is about 20 minutes from Hotel San Diego, where he is writing from, or just using their stationery. Camp Killan was a World War II anti-aircraft artillery replacement training center. Men who were inducted under the Selective Service Program were assigned to this center. The purpose of this camp was to teach trainees how to fire long-range weapons in the event that the Japanese were to take attack on the West Coast. What I found interesting was that Fred let Harry write a note at the bottom of the letter. Harry tells Evelyn that Fred stays up all night talking about her, even when he's trying to sleep. I suspect that Fred deliberately let Harry do this so Evelyn truly knows how he feels about her. Harry tells Evelyn that Fred is really in love with her. Knowing Harry is spending a lot of time with Fred makes Harry a credible source when it comes to Fred's feelings. It is apparent that Fred is talking with Harry, and hopefully, by having Harry say something, she will think his feelings are true. Another thing I found was that Harry signed his message with "Adios, amigos." I suspect that they are picking up a lot of Spanish due to being near the border of Mexico. I found this interesting because there is a big Hispanic influence in San Diego, and clearly it is also influencing them. During the transcription process, I was having a very difficult time reading Fred's handwriting. On one particular sentence, it was barely legible. I finally figured out that he was apologizing to Evelyn for his poor handwriting. I found this very ironic since it was the hardest sentence to read out of the whole letter. Overall, it was clear to me that Fred was trying to get Evelyn to write him back and to make sure she knew how much he loved her. He wants to be something more to her and ultimately tries to seduce her into loving him back. This letter tells us about what life was like during the World War II era and how relationships evolved and formed through these written letters.